How to publish a book as a teenager. Now, for all of you teens that actually have interest, skills, want to just become a publisher, there's several ways to do it. So I'm going to talk about 3 things that are going to help you get started today. So you need to first make a decision. Are you going to go to a traditional publisher or self-publish? And again, we got to talk about the content. What are you going to write about? Number 2, effective content creation strategies. How are you actually going to get this thing created? And number 3, the pitfalls that you're going to run into, especially when it comes around selling and distribution. So stay to the end because that is actually critical. If you just write a book, like Les Brown used to say, most people's books, dreams, and products and services went to the graveyard with them because they didn't know how to get them to the market. So I'll come to that at the end, so make sure you stay. So first of all, do you publish yourself, self-publish? And there's a lot of online opportunities and different companies that can do that. Or do you go big publisher? So I'm actually going to give you a different choice, which is a collab book. Both of my kids have helped with collab books. Tristan's now going to be about 17, Logan's 24. In their young teens, I think Tristan was actually maybe even 10 or 11, she started doing collab books. So what does that mean? That means you're in a collaboration with 10, 15, 20 other people. So I have a lot of those books. I mean, I don't even remember how many of those I did. So it's an easy way for you to write a chapter within, say, 20 other people's book, and then usually a lead influencer like me, I do it for a lot of our clients, will collab and put like 10, 20 people together in a book, gives you a chapter to get started. Also, I'm a huge fan of just start doing interviews and blogs on the internet so you start getting your content and your flow. When it really comes down to like then you doing your own book, I still didn't do my own book. I went to J. Conrad Levinson, who wrote Guerrilla Marketing, and I said, I want to write Guerrilla Wealth. He laughed at me. Took over 3 years to get that man to agree to actually do the book with me because he said, it's wealth, it's not marketing. I said, I know, but I would do wealth guerrilla style, which means I do things that most people will never even know about. And they're super is what we call now hacks. So I did collaborations and then I did a partner. And then out of that one, McGraw-Hill found me. So that's why I ended up at big publishers. I never chased them, they chased me. The only one that actually pinged and said, hey, Hay House, I would like to do a book with you. They call it the God Squad Publishing Group. That's where Wayne Dyer and Les Brown, Deepak Chopra, a lot of extraordinary people get published through Hay House. Can't be a money book. That was my Yes Energy book. My point is when you start getting published or even when you start getting out of the internet, collabing is your first, then do a partnership, then go on your own. And ideally, if you were blessed like I was, they're going to come to you, offer you an opportunity to write a big book. Other than that, I don't know that I would go the big publishing route. They don't do enough marketing. They don't do distribution. They just put the book into print. It looks lovely like this, but guess what? I outsold them. We'll get to that at the end. How are you going to sell this? Because who cares you wrote it? Seriously. I mean, unless it's like a cathartic therapy experiment, but you aren't going to publish that. Now, self-publishing, you can go all over. Amazon's got great tools. There's just a lot of print-on-demand tools that are just easy peasy. So number 2, how do you create the content and get the topic? Well, don't write what you want to write about. Go out to social media. Ask the market. Start doing quick videos, 1-minute videos. Hey, I'm going to write a book. And this is exactly what I do. Like when I started doing this, the Make Your Kids Millionaires book or the Yes Energy, I said, hey, audience of mine, I'm going to publish a book. What do you want me to write about? And then they would help give me the topics they want to know from me. If you just do this by yourself, probably not a sellable if nobody's interested. Then once you have your topic, then I want you to go to a good old-fashioned bookstore. All right. You technical teens, you can go online, but it is kind of a cool experience to visually stand in front of a book rack and say, my book's going to be here. It's on self-help. It's on finance. It's on health. It's on wellness. It's on spirituality. Where are you going to be in the bookstore? Because literally you're going to be in some bookstore in Amazon, just might look different. So it's just a different experience. Then I want you to pick the top 10 books that are similar to what you want to write about, buy them all and look at them. Look at their table of contents. Look at how they authored it. What did they talk about and where's their gaps? Or I call distinctions. That's how I became a bestseller writing The Millionaire Maker, because I got down to the nitty-gritty of the how-to, because no one was writing about it properly. So that's kind of how you get that. And when you start content, again, I would just get on a whiteboard and start putting down all sorts of topics you want to write about. Then you start getting an editor involved. So if you're not a writer, which most of you aren't, you got to get an editor involved. So what I did is I actually talk my books. I don't type them. I mean, that's kind of a mandate for people. And I'll help you write your book. You can hire me for, a small fee, and I'll help you get the book done and get it all up and running, at least on an Amazon or your own website. But talking a book is fast because you're not going to go back and edit and say, oh, I don't like that sentence. I don't like that sentence. Then you end up with writer's block. There's no such thing. It's you need to free flow your thoughts because you're the expert or you're a content provider, and do as much content as you can. You can even do a focus group, be people online to ask you questions to get the Q&A of what people really want to know about. Now, before I go to the big final one, how do you get distribution? I need you to subscribe to my channel. Click that notification link. I want you to share it with other people, and maybe you share it with a bunch of people you want to collab with and actually start working on that. And while you're out there, I also want you to binge. So a lot of you need to get some content. And notice how much variety of content I have in the money category. So in a link below, just to help you make some money, so I actually can help you, you can binge watch on a weekend 25 hours of my channel. You have to use our link to do it so we can track you. And then we'll offer you $750 towards that. Maybe you do a publishing thing. Maybe you and your parent do a publishing contract with me and we help get your book up and running, but you have $750 to credit. The other thing I want you to do is come to my Millionaire Intensive. So I'm giving you 2 free tickets. Why? Because I want you to test your idea in the marketplace. I want you to test your idea. Do people want to buy it? Sell a $10 pre-order. So there is my golden ticket. The mistakes everyone makes in a book, and I'm talking 99%, they work on their book. They work on content by themselves. No one's given them feedback. No one said they want to buy it, and they don't have a pre-order. So I am known for pre-ordering everything I create. I don't move without money. So you teenagers, we're going to start a whole merchandise line. By the way, we're going to have teachers that say, I don't move, t-shirts that say, I don't move without money, meaning you got to pay me at least $10 to pre-order my book. Then I'm going to go to work writing the book. So if people are willing to pre-order from you, you know they want the book and you've already made that sale. So you're actually going to be building up cash flow so you can use that to do social media, ads, websites, all of that. So there's my formula in a very quick moment. Parents, you're going to have to help your teens. And if you're really, really wise at the Millionaire Intensive, you're going to come further into a coaching, mentoring relationship and get incorporated. So I don't care how old those kids are. Parents, you're going to get a company and the kids are going to work for the company. At 18, they now get the corporate structure. So I have a lot to talk about, a lot to tell you about. If you have any questions, go to AskLoral.com. Ask a question, make a request. I'll see you at the next Millionaire Intensive and let me help write your book. So last big give is have a strategy session. Click on the link below, have a strategy session with our team and talk about how I can help you get your book up and running. And obviously, if you ever want to rock and roll for 6 big bestsellers, I know how to do that. So actually, we'll talk tomorrow.